Yee. Way up.
All right, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it is a Friday. I'm reading this article. This couple won $22 million in the lottery, and they didn't tell their kids. Dan is here. My producer's here with me again.
Yes, ma'am.
Mano was supposed to be here today, but he said he's got rehearsals. Show rehearsals. Yes. What show is this?
He said for his show. That's all he said.
All right, we're going to find out about that. I don't know what Mano's got going on. But yeah, can you imagine if you won $22 million in the lottery? I think it is a good idea to keep it a secret, but from your kids?
That's cold.
That's cold. You know what they said? They don't want their kids to become waiters, as in waiting for us to die.
Well, that's fair.
Your parents live to be like 98 years old.
Yeah.
You'd be like, come on.
Yeah. Not doing anything with your life.
All right. Well, anyway, today is a Friday, and DC Young Fly is going to be joining us today. Man, he's had so many things happen in his life. 3 people really close to him die, all within a certain time span, and he's still out here working. And he's got Celebrity Squares. That's going to be on, I think it's Tuesdays.
Correct.
Yeah, it comes on Tuesdays. So listen, this is how he's handling it. I think he did actually postpone some of his stand-up shows.
Yes.
But he's out here, he's working. I'm sure this gives him, just kind of keeping busy sometimes really helps you not have to sit around and think about all of the unfortunate things. So he's going to be joining us today. Also, let's shine a light. That means somebody did something positive and you want to show them some love. I'll talk about somebody who I want to shine a light on when we come back. I see her all the time when I have to go to the bank, and she's amazing. She always makes sure I'm good. So I want to make sure I shine a light on her when we come back. It's Way Up with Angela Yee, 800-292-5150.
I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
What up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it is a Friday. And so, you know what? Let's spread some love. Let's shine a light. I want to shine a light today on somebody who always helps me out every time I go to the bank. Zeta Bridgepaul. All right. She actually works at Citizens Bank. And anytime I go in there, she always is like, okay, oh, Angela, she's very warm, very welcoming. Make sure I'm good. She knows I like candy too, because they have candy in the bank. So she's like, you want me to go in the back and get you some candy so you can take it to go with you? I'm like, nah, it's okay. But honestly, like, there's sometimes a lot of things that I have to do that's really complicated because of the different things that I have going on. I have another payment that's due on an investment that I made. So I was moving some money around yesterday to try to stretch it out and get it done. And she definitely will make sure that I'm very comfortable. She sits there. The first time I went there, I had to go through like a lot to get everything established and set up. But now she makes it so easy. And so I know a lot of times we have to go do things. There's a long waiting period. We're impatient. We have things going on in our life. So it's really great when somebody can help make that whole process a whole lot easier. Okay. Who do you want to shine a light on? Somebody doing something positive for you. 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up and let us know who you want to shine a light on. Weldon, who do you want to shine a light on?
I want to shine a light on my sister Angie Dallas Montgomery, a comedian. She is suffering from cancer right now, but she still has time to make people laugh and cook food.
Oh, that's beautiful. All right, well, let's shine a light. And is everything okay?
Yeah, she's going through her chemo right now, so, you know, she's down and up. But I love her to death, and she's an amazing woman.
All right, well, thank you so much for calling to shine a light on her.
All right, thank you, Angie.
No problem. Good morning, shine a light on him. Who's this?
Good morning, my name is Irene.
All right, good morning. You got great energy this morning.
Yes, thank you. I listen to you every morning. I'm an Uber driver, Angela. Just let you know, I stay tuning into your station. My passengers have no choice but to listen to your station when I'm listening to it.
I love it.
You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you so much. Who you want to shine a light on?
On my mother, my siblings, the family that God blessed me with. I'm going through something right now in my life, and they are my backbone supporters. So shout out to my mom, Jean, my brother Abijah, my brother Lyle, my brother DJ Alfred, and my sister Zapio. I have 3 little ones. Anytime I need anything, without any hesitation, they are always willing to help me. So I just want to shine a light on them because they're doing an amazing job to help me with everything that I'm going through.
Oh, I love to hear that. All right, well, let's shine a light on them. You deserve it.
Thank you. And keep doing your thing. I'm loving it.
Thank you. All right, well, that was Shine a Light. And when we come back, we have Yeetie. Man, Gunplay got arrested again for violating this restraining order for the 8th time. But let's talk about a good marriage, too. Russell Wilson and Ciara. Find out what he did for her 38th birthday. All of that is in Yeetie when we come back. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. It is a Friday. I'm here. My producer, Dan, is here.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're having some great conversations in the room also. Now, it's not me or Dan, but someone else in here does not believe in maybe marriage and love because he keeps on seeing all these failed situations around him. So let's get into some Yeetie. This one is all about relationships. Some of them good, some of them not. Gunplay was arrested after violating his ex's restraining order for the 8th time. All right, apparently he was on his way to his ex's home and the Florida Department of Corrections received a ping. That's from his ankle monitor. This is the 8th time he's done that, and he is not allowed to come within 500 feet of his estranged wife. And this came to about 2 months after he allegedly pointed an AK-47 at Vonche and their newborn daughter. He was charged with false imprisonment, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, and abuse of a child with no great bodily harm. Man, listen, you cannot violate no restraining order at all, period. These are awful things, and you need to stay away from her. All right, Russell Wilson has rented out Waffle House, and that was for Ciara's 38th birthday. Now, I saw a lot of people commenting also about the list that was circulating about places that women do not want you to take them on a first date. And so a lot of people were like, oh, okay. Now maybe y'all will feel a little bit differently about somebody taking you to Cheesecake Factory on a first date. But here is Ciara talking about how special this celebration was for her.
My honey knows how much I love Waffle House. He rented out the whole Waffle House, and I am the happiest girl in the world.
Hey babe, this is like, for sure, one of the most epic things that you've ever done.
That's cute. I like that. Like a Waffle House, something unexpected, sweet. They got a lot of money, so.
What was the best date someone took you on?
The best date ever? I don't know.
Something above and beyond?
I don't know if the best first date, we went to go eat at a restaurant that was on the beach in South Jersey.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was actually really nice, and I'd never had been to that place before, and it was a long drive there and back, so there's a lot of conversation in the car.
Long drives was on that list.
Yeah.
For what women don't want to go on for a first date. Anywhere that required a long drive?
Oh, no, it was great because it was thought out and it was a good conversation the whole way there. And you know, it was fun on the way back. We had put on this playlist and we were like singing along to all the corny songs. We had a fun time. It was a good first date. Didn't go anywhere, but it was a good first date. Kris Jenner was on the latest episode of The Kardashians talking about her life biggest regret. This is still about relationships to the person who's looking at me in the room that is uncertain about ever getting married. And here is what she had to say was her biggest regret.
I don't know, because he was such a great husband and such a great dad. And I think that I fell into a situation where I thought that the grass was greener somewhere else. And I made a huge mistake. That's like my life's biggest regret. You know, I'm not proud of the way that I behaved during that time, but everything happens for a reason. And without that whole thing happening, there never would have been Kendall and Kylie.
All right. Well, I can understand it. She said she was just really young and dumb at the time. And so she said, I don't know. She said he was a great husband and such a great dad. A lot of times people, when they do cheat, to the person in the room that was talking about that, it is because, not really because the other person doesn't do something right. And I know a lot of times when someone cheats on you, you feel like, what was I missing? What didn't I do? But a lot of times it's not really that. It's just somebody being selfish. All right. Now, Black China, in the meantime, I don't know. This is not looking good for anybody who's like, should I ever get married? Black China talks about getting kicked out of her ex-fiance Tyga's house after he started having an affair with, at the time, an underage Kylie Jenner, according to Black China. She was on the Vial Files podcast, and here's what she had to say.
Me and Kim, we were really good friends. You know, like I was on her show and all this stuff like that. We lived in the same community. And then her little sister started talking to Tyga. which was kind of crazy because she was like underage. And everybody had kind of came at me and started attacking me. And it's like, nobody's seeing like the betrayal that was like going on behind my back of me talking to somebody, Kim, and then her little sister, which she has no control over, you know what I mean, started talking to my fiance, and then I get attacked. And it's like, how does that work?
Yeah, that is traumatizing in a situation. You know, I'm friends with you, but your little sister starts talking to my fiance. I get kicked out the house. Your friends load up all my stuff in the truck that's not mine. It's really his.
And it's your fault somehow.
Yeah, and everybody's against you. And then after that, remember, she started dating Rob Kardashian. Yep. And so it's a whole convoluted...
Came full circle.
All right. And that's why people were like the ultimate revenge. That is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have About Last Night. That's where we discuss things that we had going on last night. I'll talk to you guys about what I did. I don't know if you'll find this exciting or not, but it has a lot to do with budgeting. And that means like your time, your energy, and your money. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yeah. Last night.
So, about last night.
Last night.
Here's how it went down.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and my producer Dan is here with me today, hanging out in the room. And this is About Last Night. This is where I discuss what I did last night. Now, Dan, did you do anything of note yesterday, but besides work?
Besides work, no. And then I fell asleep on the couch by accident.
It's okay. You're a little jet lagged. You were on a trip to Amsterdam.
Yeah, still recovering. And also, you just had a vacation. I did.
It's okay to come home and recover from it. Sometimes you need a vacation from your vacation. That's a real thing.
Yeah, I took an extra day.
All right. Well, yesterday I was invited out to a couple of different things, and you know what I said to myself? I said, let me balance myself, right, and not go to an actual party. But I've decided I need to spend more time talking and being around people who I'm friends with. Now, y'all saw I did Sherry Shepherd yesterday. And I was with my friend Jennifer Williams from Basketball Wives. We actually went to high school together. We'll talk about that more in a second. But we also went to dinner last night. And so I've met her fiance. If you guys watch the show, you know her fiance, Christian, is actually 18 years younger than she is. But we went to Brooklyn Chop House yesterday and just had like a nice chill night, not having to do too much, not having to get dressed up. I had on my sweats, had a good time. But I will say, walking around, there were a lot of Halloween parties. And the weather is another thing. It is definitely the warmest October on record. That's a fact. And I really felt that yesterday. And in New York today, it's going to be like 70-something degrees. This feels very unusual for this time of year. And I know this all has to do with global warming. So I'm definitely at some point soon going to have the Environmental Protection Agency administrator join us to talk about it. Michael Regan is his name, and he's coming up here next week to talk about what we can do to better take care of the environment and how this everything that's been happening has been affecting the weather and how that can cause all kinds of different things like Canadian wildfires that cause pollution here, things that have never happened before in our history. The other thing that I did was... Oh, we had that? Okay. The other thing I did was I stayed home and I was like balancing all my expenses and trying to plan out through the end of the year how much money I need to make and how much money I have to spend. And there's always like some pluses or minuses that can happen along the way. But I just want to make sure that financially, like I have a little bit of a cushion for any types of emergencies. But when I tell you, it is... Hopefully I at least break even by the end of the year. But there's a lot of different expenses that I have. And I was talking to also one of my friends who is saving to get a house at some point, just about different things that you can do in order to put yourself in the best position possible. And so we were discussing just small things that you can do. And I know a lot of people listening might be thinking about that too, since some people will tell you now is not the best time to buy because of interest rates. But if you're not going to do that now, why not prepare yourself so that when you are ready, you're in the best position possible, right? But like I was saying, I spent some time with my friend Jennifer from Basketball Wives yesterday, and we did Sherry Shepherd. We do have a show coming out November 6th on VH1, My True Scam Story. And one thing that we discussed on Sherry Shepherd that ended up going viral was the fact that Jennifer and I also went to school at the same time, same year as Miss Lauryn Hill. Here's what we said.
I I just found out that both of you went to school with Lauryn Hill.
Yes.
Y'all went to high school with Lauryn Hill. So, Jennifer, did you know that Lauryn Hill would be a star?
We were in high school. She did The Apollo, and then she did the movie with Whoopi.
Sister Act.
Sister Act, yes. So I knew she had it in her. She always could sing, but I didn't know she was going to be the
She was
Lauryn
captain
Hill.
of the cheerleader
Of the
squad.
cheerleading squad?
Yes, she was very outgoing. She was amazing. She always was talented. She was on As the World Turns.
Right.
She was in the
Yes, she
MC
was.
Light video, Georgie Porgy. Remember she did a play with
Yeah.
MC Light back then? And we were in high school, y'all. She was booked and busy. We always knew she was going to be a star.
That's awesome.
You know, but shout out to everybody who tuned in on Sherry, and to Sherry. She's amazing. I felt so inspired just being there yesterday and seeing her, having all her friends working with her, how she cared so much about even the dressing rooms behind the scenes. It was a great environment. So thank y'all for having us. All right. Well, when we come back, you know what time it is. All right. We've been so positive all morning. Well, now it's time for you to tell us a secret. And it doesn't have to be anything. You know what? Yes, let's make it crazy today. We want to hear y'all crazy secrets today. Let's take it to another level. Tell us a secret. 800-292-5150. Call us up right now. And there's no judgment here. You are anonymous. 800-292-5150. Call us up. Tell us a secret. Let's turn it up.
Yeah.
Way up.
This is a judgment-free zone. Tell us a secret.
All right, it is Way Up with Angela Yee on a Friday, and it is time to tell us a secret. Now, I want to ask you, has telling a secret ever made you feel a little bit like a burden was lifted off your shoulders? My producer, Dan, is here.
Yes, ma'am.
Dan, have you ever felt like, oh, I'm so glad I was able to tell that secret. Now I feel better. I can move on with my life. The slate is clean.
Yeah, I would think so. Especially depends who you're telling. Like, isn't that what, confessionals are for?
Yeah, a confessional. If you commit a crime and you go to the confessional, are they obligated to say something?
It's a good question. I don't know.
They're not, right? They're not allowed to say anything. What if they get subpoenaed? Like, what if the priest gets subpoenaed? Well, anyway, regardless, here, you don't have to worry about this. Just kind of think of this as a way for us to hear your confession or hear your secret. We might ask you some questions about it just for clarity purposes. And then your slate is clean. You can walk away from here and feel like, I've never told this to anybody before, and just so glad I got that off my chest. The difference I will say, though, if you did commit a crime, I cannot guarantee that this will not be followed up as an investigation. But this is just for things that are like little fun secrets. Maybe you did something nasty when you were younger. You feel a little bit bad about it. You've never told anybody about it. Or maybe it's a good secret. We've had a couple of positive secrets. We had somebody who was planning to propose, and he was just so excited to be able to tell somebody because he couldn't tell anyone because you wanted to be a surprise. I know you know what that feeling is like, Dan.
Although I was loose-lipped. I told everyone.
Yeah, everybody knew. There's no way she didn't know.
No, she didn't. I was good.
She was like, let me just pretend.
Maybe.
I'm not aware. But anyway, you guys call us up. It is a safe space for you to tell your secret. 800-292-5150 is the number. Hey, anonymous caller, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm good. What's good? You want to tell us a secret?
I sure do.
Okay.
So I had a friend that I used to be extremely close with, one of those childhood friends, and then we grew up, and he started doing some real grimy stuff, started trying to sneak behind my back, stuff like that. So me and my girl linked up with his girl, had a good time, you know what I mean?
Oh my
Posted
gosh.
on the hub, and then I mean,
what did he do to
that's
you
pretty
when you
much how that
say
went.
he started sneaking around? Like, what was he doing?
So he was pretty much sliding in my girl DMs behind my back, pretty much telling her how I was this guy that I wasn't. And that was just my little way of getting back at him. And she actually came up with the idea.
You know what? Why did he think your girl wasn't going to tell you?
And that's what I was trying to figure out. Because at that time, me and her had already been locked in for a couple years.
Yeah,
It
what
was
was
one
he
of those,
thinking? That is so stupid. Why would your girl not tell you? Like, did he think he was that lit?
I guess he just thought he was that dude.
Now, how was everything with his girl?
Well, it's not his girl no more. Long story short, she's a fan at this point.
All right, well, I'm not mad at you. I think all's fair in love and war.
I know that's right.
I know that's right. All right, well, thank you for calling.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Hey, what's up, anonymous caller? How are you?
How's it going, Angela?
I'm good, thank you. You want to tell us a secret?
Yes, I do. And I cannot believe I'm telling you this live on the air because I have never said this outside of my best friend.
Okay, hold on. Let me get some tea. All right, go ahead.
So when I was a teenager, like her and I was just hanging out on a Friday night. And it was like an area where we would always like go. And so I was like, I don't know my boyfriend like cares about me. So she was like, all right, come on. I parked my car like at the movie theater parking lot. I got in her trunk and she drove all the way over my boyfriend's house and was like, hey, such and such, have you seen your girl? And he was like, no, why? He's like, I'm looking for her and I can't find her. Long story short, he went around our area looking, found my car in the movie parking lot, and thought I was inside with another dude. So he and his friends sat outside the movie theater with bats and everything ready to go.
Oh, my gosh.
And so later, it was crazy. So later when I got out the trunk, you know, and I was like, no, I was just playing around. Yeah, he did not believe me.
Wait, now hold on. He
did
not see you get out the trunk, right?
No, I did that in a little cul-de-sac. I know people thought I was crazy, but not.
Yes, you might be.
I didn't know he was going that crazy. And long story short, we broke up not long after that because he never believed that I was actually in the trunk. He ended up stalking me outside my house, and when I would have friends over, he even slashed a guy's tires. So all I'm saying is don't try to tell somebody's gangster because they might just show up.
This is crazy. So you actually ended up telling him, no, I was just testing you. I was in my friend's trunk.
I had to because he was kind of crazy, right? And I just didn't realize how crazy he was.
Ma'am.
Until that point.
You're both kind of crazy.
Why would you get in the trunk?
You're both kind of crazy.
I mean, a little bit. I dialed my back. He's, you know, got him caught up. But, yeah, after the whole flash and the tire thing, I was like, dog, I'm really done. Yeah, it's crazy.
Be careful what you ask for, right? You wanted him to care.
Girl, be careful what you ask for. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, thank you for saying that out loud.
Thank you, Yee. Have a good one.
You too. All right, well, that was Tell Us a Secret. And in case you missed it, you can always call us up, 800-292-5150. We do love getting your voicemails. And when we come back, we have Yeetie. And part 1 of that Jay-Z Gil King interview has come out finally. We've seen a lot of clips, and we have some of the highlights for you. Maybe some things you haven't seen yet. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Yeetie next.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yeetie. Come and get the tea.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and my producer Dan is in here chilling with me today.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, well, let's get into some Yee tea right away. So we're getting ready for this Jay-Z sit down with CBS Morning's Gil King, and there's been clips that have been circulating ahead of this full interview coming out, and so now part 1 has finally been released, and we have some of those highlights for you in case you haven't seen it. He talks about the last song that he played for Biggie.
So the first song I made for this album was Streets Is Watching. That's the last song I played for Biggie. He kept saying, play it again, play it again. And then I gave him it was on the cassette. I'll never forget, like, he looked back, he's like, the whole album's gonna sound like this? It was playful, but it's also almost like, man, he's coming.
That's exciting to hear. All right, Jay-Z also talked about what will it take for him to get back in the studio.
I want to make music, but it has to be something important. I don't want to just make a bunch of tunes. That's not going to serve me. It won't feed me, first of all.
What does feed you? What feeds you?
I have to be saying something important. It has to mean something. You know, it has to mean something to a larger society. Like 444, for example, it was a personal story.
Yeah.
But the amount of vulnerability in there allowed for a lot of people to explore the space.
And listen, let's not forget, he did kind of do a collaboration album with Jay Electronica, a written testimony. And so, I mean, I guess, you know, part of it is that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to if he's got something in the stash ready to come out.
Because I think what it was at that time, just hearing Jay Electronica's lyrics. Because when they did that album, Jay Electronica did not know Jay-Z was going to get on that many songs. It just happened like that, you know, so.
Some inside scoop.
All right. Now, Jay-Z said also that he would not sell his masters. Here's what he had to say.
You ever sell your masters?
No.
Never?
No. I get why people do it. I've been fortunate enough to make money in this place. But for me, was the fight of my life. You know, from being an independent company from the beginning and then going through the Def Jam system, not really understanding how that works, and them having my masters, then going back to Def Jam as the president and then saying, okay, I'll do this job, and part of this job is my masters has to be revert back to me. You know, it was for my kids to see my work, you know, and if they decide to sell it, then it's up to them.
Yeah, and I do understand why people sell their masters. I know a lot of people who have done it. Because you get a huge check that you could do something with, you know, depending on what your situation is. But we see that sometimes it could be hundreds of millions of dollars, and then you can use that money to do other things to make more money. All right, now Taylor Swift, speaking of people making lots of money, she has reached billionaire status now. And that is all because of the success of her Eras tour, according to a report. Yes, that tour alone added $4.3 billion to the country's gross domestic product.
Crazy.
Is that crazy? Yeah. Taylor Swift, whether or not you like Taylor Swift, when it comes to these moves, all right, she's a 12-time Grammy winner. And she has the movie, her Eras Tour film that came out a couple of weeks ago. The film made over $80 million in advance sales and grossed over $130 million worldwide so far, by the way. And I think she's also doing an album to go along with that, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you know, and her dating Travis Kelce right now, they're saying that has even added to her success. I think they even named a play after her or something like that.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is your Yeetie. You hate it? Yeah. Why do you hate it?
I'm a football fan.
Well,
and everyone's making it seem like Taylor Swift is bringing all this attention. I mean, she is bringing all this attention to the NFL, I mean, but not to like football fans. Like football fans are like, all right, what do you mean you don't know who Travis Kelce is? But that's the point. You know, the football fans are going to be there regardless. Yeah. Now this is a different level. And that you could never have anticipated, that you couldn't pay for. It's good for her, too. Really good for her. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They are flying under the radar. And you know Elon Musk is involved somehow, as he always is. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yeah, news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
All right. Now, United Airlines passengers are predicting that there are going to be brawls. People are threatening to boycott. They have a new boarding system, which I think makes no sense. Now, Dan, you saw this boarding system, right?
Yes, talk to me.
This actually starts today. So if you, or actually started, did it start yesterday? People flying economy on United, they start boarding with this new system. People in window seats enter the aircraft first, no matter what row it's in. And then if you're in the middle seat, then you get to go, and then people in the aisle get to go last. That's not fair.
Yeah,
one of the main things about trying to get on a flight early is being able to put your bag up. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to be sitting in the aisle if you're going to be boarding last. And then it also costs more to sit in the aisle. So why would I be waiting for, the middle seat always costs the least.
Right.
So why would I be waiting for people who paid less than me to get on and be able to put their bags up? And now when I try to get on, there's no space for overhead.
Yeah.
All right, so a lot of people are expecting now that this is going to cause issues with limited luggage space in the overhead. People are saying they're boycotting the airline over the system. These airlines are trying to figure it out because people are mad at Delta for their whole system with the Sky Miles and how that's going to be changed in the next year. And so now this is something else. And there are now 6 groups of people. Group 1 is first class, and then business class is group 2. Then economy with a window, then middle, then aisle, and then the last group is basic economy on domestic flights. Makes no sense.
I had a nightmare of a flight coming back from Amsterdam.
What happened?
So, my fiance's screen didn't work, and this is an 8-hour flight.
Ooh.
It was a long flight, so her screen didn't work at all. And so when we were complaining about it, they were like, hold on, we'll keep trying. They tried like 3 or 4 times to reset it. They finally came back and they're like, here, we'll give you a $50 refund. We're like, $50? This is an 8-hour flight. So then they felt bad. You want to know what they did for us?
What?
They gave us like this little glass house, like this porcelain house. And they were like, here, we give this to business class. So I looked at the lady. I was like, oh, thanks. My fiance can now stare at this for 8 hours. Appreciate it
Bring
so
it
much.
in. Maybe we can do something with it.
It was yeah.
Okay.
Disrespect is met with disrespect.
You know, one time I was on a flight and I put like a little mail order in advance and they bought me the wrong thing and then they gave me like a $15 credit. Wow. All right. Elon Musk is saying that ex-employees have 1 year to replace your bank. He's saying you won't need a bank account. And he wants X to be the center of your financial world. That's Twitter, by the way. Handling anything in your life that deals with money. So he expects that those features will launch by the end of 2024. And he said people will be surprised with just how powerful it is. He says your entire financial life, if it involves money, it'll be on our platform. Money, securities. So it's not just like send $20 to my friend. I'm talking about you won't need a bank account. He has big plans. And I don't think X has been making money yet. But
no, thank you.
Do you believe in Elon Musk?
No, thank you.
Because he's done a lot of things.
Sure.
No matter how you feel, he definitely has made a lot of things happen. And the original plan for X PayPal product roadmap that he actually did, he was talking about this on an external call. He was talking about that. So for him, I guess the bigger play is for this to trust this platform with your finances.
And people need to trust him first.
All right. Well, that is your Under the Radar. Now, we do have the Way Up mix coming at the top of the hour. Plus, the hilarious DC Young Fly is going to be joining us today. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and my producer Dan is here.
Yes, ma'am.
In the room, chiming in. And, you know, we do have DC Youngfly joining us today shortly. He has a show, Celebrity Squares, that's going to be coming on starting Tuesdays. Yeah, Tuesday. So, guys, check that out. That's is that on VH1?
Yes.
Yeah, that's on VH1. I got a show on VH1 too coming. That's going to be November 6th. It's called My True Scam Story. It's a true story about Jennifer Williams from Basketball Wives getting scammed out of her Range Rover. Really, her ex took it and didn't give it back. But let's talk about other news shows that are on the way. Nick Cannon has a new show that's coming to Zeus Network. It's called Bad vs. Wild Las Vegas. It's about the challenges and showdowns with famous females. According to the description on the Zeus Network, it's an all-female series. And some of your favorite famous ladies that have real beef or simple rivalries is giving Wildin' Out on steroids, but bigger, badder, and wilder. What do you think about that?
Looking forward to it. Do you have Zeus?
I don't. I need to get it.
I'm sure it'll be all over Instagram.
Shout out to Lemmy. He's always like, I got you.
Yeah.
Now, Michael Blackson has signed a deal also with Celebrity Boxing, and he's calling out Kevin Hart. All right. I was like, is this a joke? Is this true? But he did sign a contract with the Celebrity Boxing founder, Damon Feldman. Here's what he said.
Who's coming to the plate? Which one of you punk suckers want to get in the ring with me? Is it a Kevin Hart? Is it a leprechaun Cat Williams? Is it a punk hazel-eyed light-skinned named D. Ray Davis? Is it a crackhead looking punk DC Young Dirty Fly? Who wants some of this?
Why are you throwing it dirty for Young Fly? Yeah, DC Young Dirty Fly.
Trying to get him to fight.
All right, well, we'll get to see who is going to fight. You think that Michael Blackson would win?
No.
He seems like he'd fold.
Yes.
Like a chair.
Yes.
All right. Now, other things that are coming, and I was so excited for this one. $1 Billion Babies, the true story of the Cabbage Patch Kids. This is coming out November 24th. So and I love the timing of this because for Black Friday, the Cabbage Patch Kids used to go crazy, and this is coming out for Black Friday. And so apparently the true story of Cabbage Patch Kids is the 40th anniversary of when they first came out. It's all about the issues that people have where people were going crazy and getting into fights trying to get these dolls. Yeah. You got a fight, Dan?
No.
I was like,
I remember the madness behind it, though. It was crazy.
I will never forget when my mom got me my Cabbage Patch Kid. I only had one. Her name was Odetta Chrissy. And she was so excited. Like, we really didn't have, like, extra money like that for that. But I remember my grandfather was coming into town. He lived in Montserrat at the time. And my mom was so excited that he was coming back to New York to come and stay with us that she ran out. Sears was 2 blocks away from us. She ran down the block with me to Sears to pick out my Cabbage Patch Kid that day because she was so happy.
Do you still have it?
That her dad. I think it is at my parents' house. I gotta go. I think there's a lot of stuff I have at my parents' house I gotta go see. But anyway, here's the trailer for that documentary.
3 people were injured on a busy Black Friday.
I got my dog! I got my dog!
It wasn't always like this, but something happened in 1983, and we were never going back.
The intensity of this search for these dolls.
A full-grown woman taking a doll out of a child's hand?
They trampled everybody. The way in which people reacted in stores, this was new.
All right. Well, that is your Yeezy. I cannot wait to see that. And when we come back, it's a Friday, so we also have new music to talk about. And there's a lot today. You're going to have fun. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yeah, she back at it. Bring in the back. Way Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and DC Young Fly is here. Well, listen, you are definitely one of the hardest working people, and you are the host of Celebrity Squares.
You dig.
And I did get a advance to see the first 2 episodes.
Did you like it?
Of course. First of all, I was excited that I was mentioned on one of the episodes.
You mentioned on a couple of them.
Oh, really? All right. Yeah. I saw the first one, so make sure y'all tune in. And I also like to play along because I feel like because of my job, I end up knowing a lot of the answers to the questions. But what I love is I watch Jeopardy and I don't know anything.
Nah.
But on this, I'm like, okay, I know the answer.
So but do you know all of them?
From the first episode, I think I did know pretty much all of them.
I don't be knowing them.
Okay, good. I wanted to ask you that because I'm going to ask you a couple of questions.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, because I was like, DC Young Fly.
I mind my business. Come on.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
What hip-hop artist is unhappy with his Wax Museum figure? He said, sorry, Wax Museum, but that ain't me. You tried, though, and I appreciate the effort.
I just see this one. I want to say Lil Wayne.
It is.
Yeah.
Look, you do know stuff.
Because that wax figure did look like Lil Uzi Vert. I don't know who that was. That Lil Uzi Vert.
All right, here's another one.
Come on.
What former NBA player recently admitted to meeting with a man from Instagram to hook up but not forcing a threesome?
Hold up. Dwight Howard.
Yes. You are good at this. Okay.
No, I mean,
because I know you be looking at Instagram like.
I be looking at Instagram. See, this Instagram news. So I'm like, I'm good with this one. Ooh, that's a game. Instagram news.
Okay, look at that. Y'all heard that?
You know what I'm saying? You want to produce it?
The whole team is in here.
You want to produce? Okay,
I'll come up with the questions. I'm going to produce this with you. Right now, I'm talking to DC Young Fly. And we'll come back to this. Speaking of producing, you're also in departments.
Yes. Shout out to T.I., man. You dig? The whole gang, man.
And I shouted it out when it came out. And I do want to say this, right?
Talk it.
T.I. was like, this is not on Tubi. But I feel like everywhere I look, it says it's on Tubi.
Because they think it's on Tubi. It's just so independent. Tubi picking up all the independent films.
Why people be so mad at Tubi? Like,
I rock with Tubi.
Right, I watch Tubi.
I watch Tubi every day. I love Tubi movie. Tubi, whoever in control of Tubi, you keep doing your Tubi thing.
All right, let's get back to these questions. Let's see if you know the answers to them. All right, what is the name of the song by Justin Timberlake that blames Britney Spears for the demise of their relationship?
Oh, that's a Mario. Oh, true. He did the beat, but walk away. And the one for real.
What song?
Walk Away.
It was called Cry Me a River.
Cry Me a River. That what he did? I stay out of white people business. I didn't even know he was talking to her.
I feel like everybody liked Justin Timberlake though.
That was my dog.
Remember Sexy Back? I remember
I'm bringing Sexy Back.
Being at a wedding and Tony Yayo was DJing. This is random, and he kept playing that song. He played that song like 20 times in a row.
For real?
Yeah, that's how much he loved that song when it came out.
See, I've been on Justin when he was in sync on Gone.
Well, you definitely bring the energy as a host for a game show, which I love.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's really fun. That's not an easy job to have. Like for people
Lord. You better tell
you to have your energy up, but also make sure everybody else is like, come on, let's go, everybody.
And read. Read a lot. Like, once you realize, you're like, hold up, wait a minute. I am the game. You have to read. If I don't read, there's no game. But it's like, you know what? That what makes the show, because not only that, you got your peers, you got your cast, like I said, that I'm like, damn, we got my Bobby Brown right here playing. We got let me tell you something. Babyface don't get out the house for nobody. I don't care who you is. Babyface ain't coming out the house for nobody. But when we got these type of people that's coming, like we had a lot of contestants that was like lit too.
Right now I'm talking to DC Young Fly. All right, let's see if you know any more of these questions.
Oh,
all right.
Lord.
Well, you're doing good.
Okay.
What NFL legend recently put his son on blast for his raps, even though he grew up in a gated community?
Oh,
his son was rapping tough, but he's like, nah, you grew up in a gated community.
Yeah, they gonna get me. He played for Miami. He played. What did name start with?
M.
Damn, that ain't good enough. I know it too. You got to give me options.
Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
NFL legends.
I know. His picture is in my head.
Stars? I feel like he was on Dancing with the Stars too.
He played for University of Miami.
Michael Irvin.
Duh. You ain't give me no name.
All right.
Couldn't get it out.
But what do you think about that? Like, because he did put his son on blast.
I mean, I don't know. I like to stay out of people's business.
I know.
But if that is the case, And like he said, he did stay in the gated community. He lying, y'all. He just let people know.
It's all entertainment.
It's just entertainment. He lying. That boy stay in the gated community. Ain't nothing going on in no gated community.
How are the kids, by the way?
They good, man. They good. They keeping everybody up. You know what I'm saying? The energy up. You did. So we up. But my oldest daughter, she's 7 now. So she keeping me going. I talk to her every day before she go to school.
Oh yeah, that's cute. Could you see yourself, like, I know you've talked a lot about your dad having you when he was 66 years old. Could you see yourself doing something like that?
66? I don't know. My tolerance, the older I get, I don't like the baby stage. You need to go on and be grown. Yeah.
You want them to just be grown?
Go ahead. You need to come out 3 years old already.
Is she funny? Like, your daughter?
What? Up and running. She lit, especially my second one. Nala, she's super lit. That's the one that got my personality.
All right.
My oldest daughter, she more 10 to her mama.
So you feel like you could see, like, you would encourage that, like, let's get into comedy, let's start doing some.
I try to make them do them. Let them do them. Let them figure out who they is first, and then you know what I'm saying? I don't like to have like one of them families that is like everybody do the same thing. I want to like kind of tend to them have their own like identity, so I can learn from them as well. I don't want them to try to follow me and then it shadows whatever they really want to do.
All right, well, DC Young Fly is here, and I know he's been going through a lot of things in his personal life, but he is still outside working. He's still on the ground running. We got more with him when we come back. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Hey. Yeah, she back at it. Bring in the Mac. Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and DC Young Fly is here. Now, I know because you're always working and always booked and busy.
Right.
What other things do you have on the plate? Because I'm sure right now there's projects lined up.
Right. We got more movies, more TV shows. 85 South, we doing our thing. We about to go on tour next year. And then, 85 South, we more so stepping into the production realm, just trying to make sure that the TVs and the movies come about. And then, more Celebrity Squares every Tuesday on VH1.
Yeah, don't forget that.
Got to make sure you tune in.
8/7 Central.
You feel me? 8/7 Central. and tap more into the hosting bag, because we hearing a lot of great things with this. So, we trying to make this a 10-season run type thing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's what we saying. We ain't trying to do 3 or 4. It's Celebrity Square. It's a range where, like, now you see Babyface up there with Funny Marco.
Right.
And you see Funny Marco up there with B. Simone, and up there with, you dig what I'm saying? A lot of people that's just, we got actors, we got singers, we got comedians. So it's like, we got Ray J up there, you know what I mean? So
oh my God, Ray J is like one of the funniest people. I was going to say, I feel like Ray J could do stand-up.
Ray J lit.
Because he is just when I first started the show, I was thinking about this the other day. He was guest hosting a lot in the beginning, and it was a mess. I'm not gonna lie, but it was fun. But it was a mess. Like he first of all gets very distracted when we. He
don't mean no. He like me, bro. He don't mean no harm, bro.
We was drunk.
He got an outburst.
Who else is on this season?
We got a long list.
I know. I seen some Afion Crockett's on there.
Afion Crockett. We got Carlos Miller.
D-Nice.
We got Chico Bean. D-Nice. Who else? Kurt Franklin. See,
I saw Kurt Franklin on.
Kurt a real one too.
He say a lot of stuff behind the scenes. You be like,
I mess around and said around Kurt. I was like, oh, my bad. He was like, DC, I'm a real nigga. I was like, oh, Kurt, that was up, Kurt. I was like, that's lit. It's crazy. But now, man, we got Amanda Seales on, man. We got Safari on. Like, we got Prisha, Pretty V, Luna. I mean, goddamn. If y'all watch every Tuesday,
everybody.
You can see it.
Do people ever be mad at
you need to come on the show?
I do. Do people be mad at what their square is worth? Because I want to be like,
I mean, you got no choice. Like, you got no decision in that.
I'm not $1,000.
Like, we all shocked. Like, you may be $50. You're like, you ain't talking about You need to come be on the show.
I know, I went to, because y'all, like I said, the question that y'all had was about hygiene and Nick Cannon.
So nasty.
I didn't say it. That was Nick Cannon.
You nasty.
Nick Cannon's nasty. Right now, I'm talking to DC Young Fly. All right, well, listen, like you said, Tuesdays, 8/7 Central.
Yes.
Celebrity Squares, DC Young Fly is the host. And again, Departments, that's out now.
Departments out, man. Not on Tubi. Tubi ain't gave us the licensing check yet.
Next year, 85 South Show is coming on tour.
We on tour now, and we're going to be on tour next year. And we also got our own individual tour that's going to be real big. Mike Epps, Carlos, Chico, Moneybag Mafia. You dig what I'm saying? Like, we working, man. Oh, I'm in the mood with Eddie Murphy. Candy Cane Lane.
What is it? So you got a Christmas movie?
I got another Christmas movie. Yeah, man. I like the residual. I like come on there, yeah. I'm trying to get a New Year movie. I'm trying to get a.
So you in a movie with Eddie Murphy?
With Eddie Murphy.
Is it in theaters? Is it?
Now dropping on Amazon.
Okay.
Amazon.
Thank
December
God I had
1st.
that. What was it like being with Eddie Murphy, like on set?
He moved very swiftly. You see him and then you look up, he gone. And he got a stunt double.
Oh,
just like him. And if he ain't talking, you putting that stunt double in that list. You gotta pay for every cheek you see. His right cheek, left cheek. Put that stunt double in, cause I ain't saying. But when I actually had a conversation with him, it was something that stuck with me. He said, it's only one thing that I regret. I wish I would have kept an hour in my back pocket, and that's a stand up. He said that's the only thing, and I could tell, like, I'm like, damn, OG, you really want to get back on the stage? And then he just walked off. And I was like, oh, that was cold.
He disappeared.
It just disappeared. He just vanished.
I feel like he's gonna do it though.
I feel like he's gonna do it too.
Yeah.
I hope this
coming.
interview sparks some momentum because he the GOAT. Because when he vanished, that was the last day I seen him.
But still, listen, conversation with Eddie Murphy, that is not something a lot of people could say.
Facts.
That they had.
You did.
All right. Well, DC Young Fly, thank you so much again. Celebrity Squares, Tuesdays at 8, 7 Central.
Yes.
And thank you so much for coming through. Make sure y'all watch it. It is very entertaining. It's
Please.
a good time. And you get some information.
Come on now.
And when we come back, we have Ask Ye. You guys get the chance to ask any question you want. I'm here to help. 800-292-5150. Call us up right now. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Ask Ye next.
Everybody access.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
So you should know.
This is Ask Ye.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it is a Friday. And you know what we do every single day of the week, though? We like to hear your questions and try to help you in any way that we possibly can up here on Way Up with Angela Yee. And today we have Renee on the line. What's up, Renee?
Hi, what's up?
What's up? What is your question today for Ask Yee?
I wanted to know what I should do with a situation where a cousin that doesn't like me flew my kid out.
Well, how old is your kid?
19.
Okay. Now, why doesn't your cousin like you?
I don't know. She just do petty stuff. I unblocked her, and I unblocked her for the sake of my mother. My cousin wants a relationship with my son all of a sudden. So they secretly booked this trip.
Mm-hmm.
I overheard the conversation on speakerphone about them keeping it away from me.
And what did your son say when you asked him about it?
He was just kind of like, if I told you I was going to her, you would have said no. And I'm like, you didn't need to ask me. You just need to fill me in, not keep it a secret.
Well, here's the thing. Your son is 19, so he did make a decision of what he wanted to do as an adult. And maybe in a way, he thought that this could be perhaps him trying to help mend the relationship. I don't know what his reason was.
When the young adult lives with you and you providing for them, and you wake up one morning and you looking for them and you don't know what happened.
Oh, so he went out and didn't even tell you that he was going out of town.
Yeah. Neither one of them. When she found out that I told him I didn't want him to go, that's when she called me screaming on me like, I don't want him to have a relationship. And I'm like, you sneaky. Like, this is the first I'm hearing that you booked him a whole flight.
You guys need to figure out how you can coexist because you are blood. And there's going to be people in the family that, you know, are sometimes it might feel like they're taking sides. I don't think your son was taking a side against you, but you need to talk to him about what made him decide to make that decision. And you also need to let him know why it hurt your feelings. Instead of being angry, this is more of a conversation. This is your son. And you never want to let an outside situation affect the relationship that you have at home with your child. So y'all both need to get your feelings out on the table because what you might think his intention was, he might have a whole different intention than what you think.
I had that conversation with both of them, and I barely got a word in when she called me, screaming on me over a trip she secretly booked.
And I understand that, and you're the parent, and she needs to know that she can't be trying to go behind your back and minimize what your authority is with your son. But as an adult, again, he did make a decision, and that's the main thing. What was the reasoning and the rationale behind his decision? And I really do hope that you and your cousin can come to some type of understanding because it feels like you're going to end up seeing her at family gatherings, right? I mean, it is holiday season.
Right, Well, I have no interest in seeing either one of them, so.
I just don't want you to alienate yourself from everybody because of how much you are not getting along with your cousin. And I
think it's too late for that, Angela.
It feels like you have something in your head and you're not open to hearing other things. And sometimes you kind of just have to like, all right, look, I accept what it is you're saying. I may not agree with you, but let's figure out how we can move forward. I don't want you to just say, everybody's against me, it's over, like, y'all are alienating me, I'm on this side, you guys are on that side. I think sometimes, for the sake of the family and your relationship with your son, which is the most important thing here, you maybe need to hear what other people have to say, and maybe it's worth everybody having like a conversation to get their feelings on the table without accusing anyone of everything, just expressing how you feel, and then coming to some type of...
I told her she needs to get... She invited my mother also. She got her money back. And so when she was arguing with me, she was trying to debate whether she should get my son's ticket refund at the same time. And I said, you need to get your money back. So she knows how I felt, and they just chose to do otherwise. So, I mean, they made the decision. They need to stick with it.
You know, I just don't want this to disturb your bond. And maybe this is something you and your son work on your relationship first with each other so that you can have an understanding and be stronger with that bond that you guys have before you worry about the rest of the family. You know?
Okay.
All right, Renee, I want to just give you a hug right now. It feels like you're going through it.
Oh, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck to you. And thank you for calling.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Well, that was Ask Ye. 800-292-5150 is the number. If you have any questions, you can always call us up. And when we come back, we have a last word. As usual, you guys get to have the last word. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it is time for the end of the show. Again, I want to thank DC Young Fly for stopping through. Make sure y'all check out Celebrity Squares and support him. He's got a lot going on, and he's really a great, sweet person. You know, I know he's a comedian, but you can tell sometimes it's not easy to be out here working, and he's gone through a lot of losses. But he's also had some great wins, you know, when it comes to his career. And sometimes it's hard to balance those things as you're trying to be out here, be strong, work hard, support the family. And inside you have things happening that people have no idea what you're going through. So shout out to you, DC Young Fly, for still working, coming through, doing what you need to do for yourself. But take some time. All right. And I also want to make sure that I shout out everybody in Philly. Powerhouse is tonight in Philly. So I know there's going to be some monumental things going on. And then in New York, we got Powerhouse here in New York happening in Jersey, by the way, on actually tomorrow. All right. So I look forward to seeing everybody outside. You know, I'm outside. I'll be working, y'all. And next week, a lot of really fun things going on the show, too. So, you know, shout out to all of y'all. I've been having a really good time just being here. It's been a long week. We're working really hard. This weekend is going to be fun. Let's all make sure we celebrate all of our wins. Make sure you hit me up, 800-292-5150. Even when we're not here, you can leave a message. That's how much I always want to hear from you guys. Also, if you have the app and you click on the little microphone in the corner when you're on the app, you can leave messages that way, too. It's really simple and easy. All right, the iHeartMedia app. And again, you always have the last word. Y'all are the most important part of the show. This is what makes the show even possible. This is what makes it happen. So call us up, 800-292-5150. Last word.
My secret is I've been sleeping with someone that is actually dating my friend, and we've been dealing with each other behind my friend's back, and I just didn't know how to go about it. Like, I wanted to be in a relationship with this person, but I didn't know how to go about it with telling my friend and all stuff like that. I don't really feel guilty about it because my friend was telling me they wasn't taking their relationship serious anyway. They were just with the person just to do it. So I was like, well, if y'all not in a serious relationship, then.
Hey, Yee. My name is Danielle. I'm from Glassboro, New Jersey, as well as my husband, Marcelino Rodriguez, is from Glassboro, New Jersey. He's currently in the hospital coming out of surgery, so hopefully he'll be home in the next couple days. I just want to shout him out. He does everything for me, everything for our family. He runs a wonderful business, Lynchpin Home Improvement. He's just the most amazing man and deserves all the recognition in the world. So, husband, I love you, and I hope you're home soon.
My secret is I found out my wife have a fans only. If you guys want to check it out, it's Starry Sun World. Yeah, man, she busting it open on there. And you guys just check it out. Just let me know what you guys think.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.